Hey there, it's Sunday of Honey Brand Marketing. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe to this channel and connect with me by clicking the link below and joining our newsletter. You're going to get tips to your inbox that are highly valuable, okay? And it's going to help you in your business, it's going to help you grow, it's going to help you learn more about just how to be better at mastery when it comes to your branding and your marketing for your B2C business. And so, go ahead and join the newsletter. In today's video, we are talking about a holiday that is highly slept upon for growing your business and for digital sales in particular online. And that holiday is Father's Day. Father's Day. Father's Day is a massively underrated holiday. And not just for, your tie shops or your golf shops or your sports shops, but Father's Day is just not as publicized or talked about, I feel like, across the board. And Father's Day can hit any community, any group of people, any age group. And I just think we should think about Father's Day differently. And maybe this video will talk a little bit more than just about Father's Day. We'll talk about other holidays as well. I have some notes here as always. But if you are a bookstore, a clothing store, even a children's store, if you are a restaurant, if you are a financial firm, if you are a home goods store or an interior design, or even if you have intellectual property as your product that you sell online, you can benefit from Father's Day. You can benefit from all the holidays, and holidays should be a part of your content calendar. Now, why is this significant and important to me? Well, I kind of realize that sometimes when I'm working with brands, especially when we have a longer contract and I really have the time to map out content for you for a year more than just one quarter, because there's the option to work with me for 3 months, which is a quarter, or you can extend it for longer. And when I have the opportunity to work with people longer, I realize that, Mother's Day and Easter and all these other 4th of July, we look at these and we can start to build these wonderful campaigns and sales goals around those events, but Father's Day always gets overlooked. And I'm recording this right now in June, and so it's just top of mind. And so I really want to encourage you to think about that. Even if you are a women's clothing line and you feel like it doesn't apply to you, you can always send out an email newsletter that says, hey wives, hey wives and baby mamas. I just thought of this. Sorry, it's like fresh off the dome. I haven't revised it. But hey, wives and baby mamas, gonna see that baby daddy this Father's Day. Make sure that you're in that sundress. It's sundress season, sis. I guarantee you'll sell. Like just how I giggled and laughed. If I got an email, I'm not a mom, I don't have a child's father, not as of yet. And if I saw that, I would literally giggle laughing. But if I already knew that, I like this brand or I like their sundresses or whatever, I might just buy it in general just because you're offering 35% off for Father's Day. And that's a brand that has nothing to do with dads. It's selling to women, right? So we have to rethink. We have to have new ideas. And maybe that's why you work with a marketing agency like Honey Brand Marketing. We have to rethink things. We have to have fresh ideas. If you have an intellectual property brand, and let's say you mainly work with professionals and you help them with mindfulness coaching or something, I don't know, and you feel like, well, how does Father's Day work for me? Well, maybe you offer, you know, maybe your clientele is 75% women. You're not opposed to working with men, but maybe your majority of your clients are women. And maybe you say, hey, for referring a father to me, you get a free session. Or, hey, for any fathers referred to me by Father's Day, they'll get 50% off their mindfulness package or mindfulness practice or whatever. Like, there's just different ways to rethink about um, Father's Day. So that's just something that came to me and popped in my mind that I wanted to share with you all to rethink Father's Day. It's a holiday that's really slept on. Another one that's slept on, that is not as popular as Father's Day. I didn't know anything about it because I grew up in the West Coast. But when I lived in the Midwest, I learned about Sweetest Day. I didn't know about that before. And it's like a Valentine's Day, but in the fall. And then depending on where you live, it's considered like the male version of Valentine's Day, but that's not true everywhere. That's just true in some places. Like Chicago definitely considers it like the male version of Valentine's Day, but that's not true everywhere. But Hallmark does it. If you go to a Hallmark card store around Sweetest Day, there will be cards for Sweetest Day. And so, why not you? Why not your business? Why not your bakery? Why not your restaurant? Why not your mindfulness practice? Why not your women's clothing store? Why not your interior design company? Yes, because you're in the business of selling, okay? Even if it's intellectual property, even if it's spiritual development, even if it's personal development, there's so many different ways that you can bring fun, light, and energy to your business. Earth Day. Oftentimes, this was on my heart to kind of share with you as well. Oftentimes, the winter seasons can be tougher for people because it's winter. And that's something that people also should prepare for in business. Um, it gets easier the longer you're in business because people know that you're there and that your product is available or your service is available. But just think of the natural seasons of the earth. Winter is often a time where things kind of get quiet, go dormant for a while before they pop back with vibrant color in the spring. But it doesn't mean that it's dead. It just means that it's slowed down, it's in a different phase of a season. And so your business doesn't have to die in winter. And this is, I've worked with restaurants before, so I know how tough the winter season can be. But if you experience one of those businesses where the winter season it can be tough for you, then it's just about coming up with new ideas. So for example, with the restaurant, new ideation, catching the drift here and rethinking some of the built-in things that people are already used to, the patterns that they're already used to. They're already used to purchasing around Thanksgiving. They're already used to purchasing for Christmas season. They're already used to purchasing for New Year's. And then after January, people can feel like, oh, January is so hard. But one thing that I did working with a restaurant is this was we did like a first responder. So if you could come in and show your badge or your ID that you were a first responder, you got so much off of your meal at the restaurant for the month of January. Or you can do a seniors thing, or, it has to be unique to your business. It has to make sense. But there's ways that you can relook at it. February is often also considered a very slow month, and for a lot of businesses. But with January, you have different holidays in January. You have, don't get, I think President's Day is in February, but you have different holidays in January beyond just New Year's. And then in February as well, you have Valentine's Day, you usually have Super Bowl. And then in certain regions of the United States or even the world, you have usually like a carnival or some type of masquerade or Mardi Gras before Ash Wednesday. You could play up Ash Wednesday. You could play up the carnival season, which usually starts for some countries in like December. So there's lots of different things that you could do. And even if you are a faith-based business and you decide like, okay, we don't really want to do the Mardi Gras thing, or we want to lean away from the carnival thing, you can pick a theme. You could pick, I don't know why I'm on restaurants, but you could pick let's move it. Let's say you're a bookstore. When it's North America's winter, it's cross the equator, it's their summer. Maybe you flip it and you do like, winter in the tropics or something like that. And you bring out all these books by Brazilian authors or authors from South Africa, or you see what I'm saying? Like it just takes some time to get connected to your business, connected to your brand, connected to your purpose, connected to the essence of your business, and then birth something that moves and works and creates buzz around the areas of your season of need. And this is directly how we have been able to get our clients to over 3,000% increase on social over 100% increase in their online sales, taking the time to ideate these kinds of ideas and implement them in their email marketing, their social marketing, etc. All right, I'll stop there. And if that interests you, you know what to do. Join my newsletter, connect with me, and I'll be happy to hop on a call with you, do a free consultation, share with you some more information, learn about you, see if we're a good fit. And if not, stay connected here, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Ciao.